Shalom. First of all, let's give all glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua Ba'Shem Rakatash. Double honor to teachers, sellers, and the boss of great millstone, likewise, brothers out there putting up this truth. Faithfully, fearlessly feeding the sheep and to you, brothers and sisters. Tuning again, Shalom. Today's lesson is titled Recalls and Destruction. Esau's two-pronged strategy to bring on the famine. Let's start off with our first book here. This is the book of Psalms 10 and verse 5, and it reads, His ways are always grievous, that judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. Now, we are the enemy of Esau, the Edomite, the so-called white man. And as you all know, the rulers of the empire of Edom, okay, the Amalekites, or they call them Jewish people who owns pretty much everything on earth, okay, are the ones that are puffing against us, who they consider their enemies, and we are their enemy and they are our enemy. Now, this video is going to go into the famine that is brewing here in Great Babylon, America, and across this earth, but we like to focus our lessons on America because this is where the majority of the Hebrew Israelites are going to be. This is where the majority of these Hebrew Israelites are going to be saved from or destroyed. Okay, so I'm going to play a short clip here for you.
All right, last year we saw a jump in the number of food recalls.
Yeah, and a new report reveals it often takes months, possibly even years, to identify the source of food poisoning. So on your side, Susan Campbell is here to break down the latest. If it takes years, I mean, what's the point of it at that point?
Yeah, well, and there are a lot that probably go unidentified because people don't get quite sick enough to go get care from a medical professional. They just kind of suffer at home. So we know that there are 313 food recalls that happened last year, probably more food that was a problem. That is the actual highest number of recalls since 2020, and consumer advocates say the issues that led to these recalls are preventable.
At least 500 kids have gotten sick because they ate lead-tainted applesauce, and cantaloupe contaminated with salmonella caused 400 illnesses and 6 deaths.
We assume that the meat and the dairy products and the snacks, that we assume that they're safe, right? Because they're for sale. And in many cases, they're actually not.
And as you saw in that clip, they're talking about the recalls. Okay, now remember I told you that this is going to be a video about Esau's two-pronged strategy. Okay, the recalls which we've seen is there's lots of them. Okay, anything from beef to vegetables, okay, to canned goods, okay, and also the destruction which is we've seen of late, and you will see later on in this video, okay, where I have screenshot over the last 5 years where you had all of these farms, okay, poultry farms and beef farms burned down, okay, and you're hearing it in the news, okay, they're burned down under suspicious, activities, okay, and Esau is, in this recall that's going on, it's always talking about salmonella, which is basically poop. So he's basically lacing the food with poop, metal, plastic, burning the food down. And what some of you may not notice, and it's happened to me many times over the years, is expired food is still being sold in these supermarkets. Meat and everything. All they do is just take them in the back and wash them, if that, okay, and rewrap them and put them back there and change the date. And this is why you have to smell your meat before you eat it. I've had to take it back to the food store many times, okay, and decay smelling meat, that's a no-go. Okay, let's go into the book of Isaiah 45 and 7, because we always have to give the honor and the glory to Yahweh for what we are seeing taking place. Okay, because to the average person, or to the normal Babylonian, including 2/3 of our people, so-called blacks and Americans and Latinos, they look at it as just another coincidence or incident, but we see it as clear as daylight, because the Lord Yahweh is the one that's orchestrating all of this. So we always give the honor and the glory to Yahweh. This is Isaiah 45 and 7. It says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord Yahweh Hashem, I, the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, do all these things. So Esau is evil, and the Lord created him, okay, to do exactly what you see going on here. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah 15 and verse 2. It reads, and it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Now, there's going to come a time when it's going to be very obvious that there is a famine in Great Babylon, America. Because if you're recalling all of this food, because it's got shit over it, that's basically what salmonella is. It's basically shit. You know, workers don't either wash their hands, or they just intentionally just spreading shit on the vegetables and on the food. And we've had brothers who brought up videos because they work in supermarkets, showing that spray, that water spray that looks like they're cleaning the vegetables, in fact is embalming fluid. Okay, the same thing they rub on people when they die to preserve the body, you know, until they bury them. So you're eating those things. And I have a story for that, which I won't tell in this video just for the sake of time, but I'll tell you a story of an experience I had eating some chicken from Costco. Okay, so there's going to come a time when people are going to come to that realization, you know, okay, wait a minute, Esau's really coming after us. There really is a famine, and you can take a look here. You know, Jake them like to eat their food, okay, and these other tribes too. But again, our warning is out to the 2/3 of our people, because they are members of our tribe, but they are lost in the sauce here in Great Babylon, America. And we also constantly want to edify the sheep so that they're not misled by these other false doctrines that you see floating around on YouTube. And it says, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, this is what we're going to tell them. Thus said the Lord Yahweh Shemashai, such are for death to death, and such are for the sword to the sword, and such are for the famine to the famine, and such are for the captivity to the captivity. So let's go back and look at that. You're going to die if you are not sealed. You're going to die by the sword here in Great Babylon, America, if you are not sealed. You're going to starve to death here in Great Babylon if you are not sealed. And you are going to go into captivity, which is one of the hundreds, if not thousands, of the FEMA camps that they have set up across Great Babylon, America. Okay? This is what's going to happen. See, all of a sudden, our words are going to mean something to people as it starts to manifest. Gone is the days of the smirk, you know, the scoffing, the laughing by, the driving by, honking their horn, snapping a picture for their, you know, their laugh book or whatever the case is like that. Hey, look at that guy standing out there in the corner, you know, in that robe every week, like a fool. Okay? Suddenly now, your words are going to mean something, but that's exactly what we're going to tell them. You're going to die. Okay? And it will come out with no emotion whatsoever. Let's go into the book of 2nd Ezra 15, down to verse 3. Because this is going to be a global famine. Now, through looking up the information that I found, okay, I found that, you know, they were recalling, you know, bread in Japan that had pieces of rats inside of it, you know, baked bread in their stores. And if you've ever been to Japan, you know, they pride themselves in being very clean. But yet still you have a lot of contaminations that's going on in the food over there. And so they have a whole lot of recalls going on over there in Japan, in France, Germany, all throughout Europe, in fact, throughout the world. So this is not coincidental. Why? All of a sudden, because we're at the end right now. And this is that famine the Lord says he's going to bring upon the earth. Let's go to 2nd Ezra 15. So verse 3 says, fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. Which we're going to come up with counter videos. So we'll look at all this food. Everything is good. It's just always happening. Yeah. But it has not always been in the news. Along with all the other things that we're hearing right now, which is rumors of war, possible civil war here in Great Babylon, America. You see, we bring it out to you because this is what was given to us. It's in our words. I could give two flying shit about you damn people, man. Okay? We're out for the elect of Yahshua, not the rest of you people. You mean nothing to us. For all the unfaithful should die in their unfaithfulness. See? The unfaithful, the unbelievers, you're going to die. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. He didn't say he's going to bring plagues just only on America, upon the world. So all these other proud nations out there, you know, these G7 nations out there like that, here's what's coming to them. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. And this is the Mashiach. The sword, famine, death, and destruction. Okay? So if you're starving, you're going to take food from somebody who may turn around and put you to death if they can, or you may have to put that person to death in order to get that food. Either way, it's going to lead to death, and this is the whole earth. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and the hurtful works after. So all these nations, they could walk, they could wear, you know, the hairdress, or they could bow down, and they could seem pleasant, or whatever case like that to the Lord. They're all wicked, because they all follow the ways of Esau the Edomite, the so-called white man. Now, as you see playing in the background here, okay, you have all these fires. Now you take a look at it. I took it from 2024 and went back to 2019. That was the day that I was able to get access to. And you can see the millions upon millions upon millions of farm animals killed. You know, chicken, goats, poultry, you know, meat or beef. Okay, and this is what I came up to on this particular site. It's probably a whole lot more than that that's not being reported. But this is going globally. So think of things in the tens of millions. When those ships sink with the animals that they're trying to bring over here, which is to be food. Remember, this whole earth is all about importing and exporting. America, while it's an import society, it does export. Okay, and accidents will happen that it's not being reported. Boats carrying hundreds of thousands of, you know, birds, you know, chicken, sink, and it's not reported. Okay, planes do crash with supplies on it, and that's not reported, you know, because they're keeping the whole earth distracted, okay, with what's going on with Trump and P. Diddy and all the other stuff, which, you know, it's pretty laughable. When we go into the book of Job 5, verse 19, we have an assurance as the elect, okay, or the hopeful elect, that we will not suffer any of these things that I just mentioned in 2nd Ezra 15, verse 3. Okay, and that's why Saddle says, "Fear not the imagination against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee, and speak against thee all the mockery." Because when people look at us, people see us every day who know us. We just simple men, you know, some smarter than others. Okay, they just look at us like that. But there's going to come a time when they're going to be looking with starry eyes going, "I need answers." And if you're not chosen by the Lord, the answer you will get is what I read from the book of Jeremiah 15 and 2. Death to death, famine to famine, sword to sword, destruction to destruction. Sucks to be you. Okay? It says, "He shall deliver thee in 6 trouble, yea, in 7 there shall no trouble touch thee. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword." So while everything is going on around, you know, people destroying the supermarkets, you know, the little food stands, and, you know, the little food truck out there where people trying to get the hustle on like that, I mean, you know, nothing's going to happen to the elect. "Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine," listen to this, "at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth." Now, you got to ask yourself a question, why would we laugh? Because you're going to see some shit, okay? You're going to see people that walk around, driving around their Porsche and their nice cars and big truck playing their music and all that stuff. I mean, falling to pieces, running for their lives. And somehow it just doesn't come to you. It doesn't come to you at all. Okay? They're going to be catching hell. And it's going to be very, very sudden on them, because they can go, "How the hell is this happening?" Okay? But we're going to be laughing because these are the same proud-ass people that, you know, they rather click and watch a puppy lick its asshole on YouTube versus listening to the prophets speak about the way you can save yourself and preserve yourself, which is turning back to the Lord. Now they rather watch a puppy chase his tail and lick his asshole. 3-4 million views for one day upload. Okay, so that's where you invest your time in. So why in the hell would we have any type of pity in our voice when we tell you, go practically in the real world word, go fuck yourself? Okay, this is Isaiah 65 and verse 13. Okay, and it reads, "Therefore thus said the Lord power, behold, my servant shall eat." This is why I'm laughing, because we're going to eat. "But ye shall be hungry, Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye should be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye should be ashamed. We're going to rejoice at the fact that our work is done and the Lord is rewarding us. And now we get to laugh at your ass and mock your ass, except you're going to die. And we feel nothing about it at all. At all. Behold, my servants shall sing for joy fight, but ye shall cry of sorrow fight, and ye shall howl for vexation of spirit. Because why? You trust into great Babylon, America. Niggas for Trump. Come on, man. Okay? You proud ass Northern Kingdom tribe here. You have no clue what's coming to you. I mean, like I always said in my videos, you know, I'm out here in East El Paso, you know, and you should see the pride of these doggone spics, man. These Latinos coming from either Argentina all the way up to Mexico. They're proud as hell, man. They're looking down at your ass like, what are you doing around here, nigga? You all apparently don't watch the news. Okay, you know, and my findings in putting this video together, you know, there was a blame on, that's another lesson I'm going to do actually with these spy cameras that people are setting up in front of people in the neighborhoods, and they found out that it's actually a Colombian ring that's doing that. Well, Colombia, South America, those from the northern tribe. See, y'all have no clue of how Esau is building up a bad reputation for you Hispanic and Latinos. Yes, you light-skinned niggas. Okay? Let's go to the book of Isaiah 3 and start verse 1. Because everybody's going to be impacted. And if you don't have that seal of exemption from the Lord Yahushua Shai, and that sealing process is going on as we speak right now, it's going to impact everybody that's on that 12 tribe chart. Okay? It says, "For behold, the Lord of hosts, Yahushua Shai, doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread, and the whole stay of water, the mighty man and the man of war, the judge and the prophet and the prudent and the ancient, the captain of 50, and the honorable man and the counselor, and the cunning anticipant, eloquent orator." So, Nate, you're going to lose your status as a $150 million man. Okay, IUIC is going to plummet, and a lot of these purple matching niggas are going to freaking get slaughtered in the street. You're going to get slaughtered. Okay? And the rest of you other camps out there, okay, that are playing games. We're not even talking about the Christian, these bald-head pork chop eating doggone niggas storming around, you know, ripping off their congregation, just in Jesus, you know. We're not even talking about them. They're already dead, and the people that follow them are already dead. But we're letting you know that the Lord is going to judge the entire tribe of Yasharala or Israel, which is us so-called Black Americans, Latino, whether you want to believe it or not. Because some of you really want to kind of go, oh, so what religion are you? This is not a religion. This is a heritage. And we're warning you. This is why we're going to laugh, because just like how you getting your laugh in right now, we're going to get our laugh in. And we're going to laugh at you dying of famine, starving, running from the sword. Now this lesson I'm going to stick to it because this is the famine. We're not talking about the sword. I go into a whole other lesson about the sword. Okay, but this is about starving. Because look at you people are beasts, man. When you open a refrigerator, nothing. And there ain't gonna be nothing today, there ain't gonna be nothing tomorrow, there ain't gonna be nothing next week either. Or the week after that. Okay? Why do you think Bill Gates and these other wicked kikes, they want you to start learning how to eat grasshoppers and friggin' doggone bugs and shit? That's all that's all gonna be left. Okay? All the cockers on the street like that, you better learn to swallow flies to them damn Hamite. Okay? That's why they want you to learn how to start eating that stuff, because that's what's all gonna be left. They're not gonna eat that shit. You niggas in these uppity-duppity positions here that I just mentioned in Isaiah 3 and 1, the mighty man and the man of war, the judge and the prophet. You know, all you guys who are up in there bumping elbows with the cracker man, thinking you the shit. The Lord got judgment for all of you. You're all gonna fall flat in your damn face. Okay, let's go into the book of Jeremiah 14 and start in verse 15. Because IUIC has been lying to y'all. If you're a fallen IUIC, and I've met many of these people who walk up to me who see me who say, oh, who are you? You know, are you IUIC? No, not IUIC. No, we don't teach their doctrine. The doctrine is false and garbage. They're pony shows. But they are enthralled with the flashy garments and all of the facade and bullshit. But that's okay. you know, that's it make you know it makes no difference to me. Just like when I was in the world, I never associated with fucking idiots. I just never did. I just never had that spirit in me. So it's no different than the Lord who waking me up and brought me into this truth. He's kept that same spirit on me to this, you know, hey, you know, whatever, you do what you got to do. The Lord is the ultimate judge and the one that actually does the judging. I'm just a servant. It says, therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh Shemashai, concerning the prophets that prophesy in my name, and I sent them not. Yet they say, sword and famine should not be in this land. By sword and famine shall those prophets be consumed. So we expect to see these fake ass niggas dying from the sword and the famine. And the people to whom they prophesy should be cast out in the streets of Jerusalem because of the famine and the sword, and they shall have none to bury them. We're seeing a massive action going on right now. That was one of the lessons I was going to go into today, but I decided to go into this famine. The Spirit came on me to do this one, this famine. Okay, but you know, Lord willing, you know, during this Sabbath, I'll do a lesson on what's taking place here in Great Babylon, America, as far as people going on the streets. Because it all matches. Okay, you're out in the street, you're vulnerable to the sword and also to the famine. They ain't gonna have these soup kitchens around forever and ever. You know. So this is gonna come in a whole lot. This is gonna come in a very horrific manner. You know, because you jakes right now, why you're so stubborn and hard-headed, is you have some type of solace or comfort. Even if you go on the street, there's a soup kitchen, somebody may be kind and drop you some money and whatever the case is like that. It's not going to be like that. And I'm going to read that to you next in 2nd Ezra. Continuing on with this, it says, and they should have none bury them, their wives, nor their sons, nor their daughters, while they will pour their wickedness upon them. And this is really going to Yasharada, or so-called Blacks, Americans, and Latino. We already know what's going to happen to the rest of the other tribes. But really, the Lord is going to deal with his family first. And who's his family and his children? The Hebrew Israelites, the so-called Blacks, Americans, and Latino. Because we're the ones that was given the laws. So he's going to whoop our ass real hard. Let's go to the book of 2nd Ezra 15 and 19. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Even if you live in Hollywood Hills, your neighbors is going to come and fuck your ass up. You might have been, you nigga celebrities might have started movies, you know, with these cracker celebrities, and they're your neighbors, and they can come around and look for you because they're hungry too. Okay, crackers got to eat. So they can come and they can ransack your house, Shaq. Okay, Michael Jordan, yeah, and niggas ain't gonna stick around to protect y'all. They, you know, I mean, that's a whole lot of lesson that when we go into the MOTB, which is gonna be forced on everybody. Okay, so the way the Lord is going to punish this whole earth, everybody, I don't care what country it is, they might think they have an answer. You might be patriotic to that nation, but live here in Great Babylon, America, it doesn't matter. The way the Lord is going to do it, it's only the Lord, Yahweh Shemashai, can do it. Nobody's going to escape who he doesn't want to escape from it. No one. So think about that. Recalls and destruction, Esau's two-pronged strategy. Keep watching, because we do. As a watchman for Yahshua. Lord willing, the echoes have Father, let the close back in number to Yahweh by Hashem, the Lord said, teaches us the apostle, great will soon, likewise, but it's so that it's true. Faithfully, fearlessly, feeding the sheep of you, brothers and sisters, to me. Shalom.